morning, guys. Do you know what? This is the 150th video that I'm making here. Gosh, that's a lot of videos. There are a lot of concurrent dates. I never thought that I would be able to do it this long. I've been trying to vlog a couple of times. Started on my sort of main channel, which I don't post on anymore. And every time I failed because it was days when I didn't feel like vlogging, or it got to be too much work. And then I started this, and the first thing I thought about was making it possible for me to do it every day. So the editing every morning instead of editing every night is a big contribution to why I can make videos every day, because then I don't have to sort of worry that the evening should end or something like that, or that I need to go to bed, because I can just record my last clip just before I crawl into bed, and then I can edit it in the morning. It works pretty good. So yeah, 150 episodes. I should probably celebrate it in some way, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. I'm a little bit tired this morning, but then again, I haven't really woken up yet. It takes me about 1-2 hours to wake up, and I think it is because that is what it takes for my meds to work. So yeah, so I'm sitting here. I have been kind of going through Facebook, editing videos, you know, all that jazz. I'm gonna put on some YouTube videos and continue doing my gridding, because I need to finish the gridding of all the gridding. Yeah, we'll see if I get any stitching done, because I have a whole bunch. Again, I want to see, I want to delve into some work things. I'm not working, it's more when you are a software developer, you have to continuously develop yourself. So you have to study basically all the time, study the different codes and different things, read about it on blogs and stuff like that. And I haven't for a while, mostly because I've been sick. But I thought that I could do things like that now, trying to see how much energy I have to do those things, to be able to know about how much I can work. So if I have enough energy to do it, I can go back to work, because I really want to go back to work. I can tell you, yesterday I was totally beat. Not used to working with my brain that way. I just got so tired. Gosh, my brain was mush at the end of the evening, but I had an awesome time trying to figure things out. So yeah, so gridding. But guys, have an awesome day. I've been sitting here watching YouTube and gridding, and actually it kind of made it very good, because I just watched the last sort of YouTube video that I had in my subscription feed, and I finished my gridding. Look at this. Look at this huge thing. It's 450 by 311 stitches. This project's gonna be. So this is huge, but it actually looks pretty good. And as you see, I've started to make these crosses, and I have done them on my beers, and I actually really like it. I don't mind having them on top, and I get kind of the view of a cross or the boxes. So this is the fabric for my head. Cool, huh? He's getting to become a very big cat. He's not even stretched fully out, and he's taken up the bigger parts of my thighs, and there he went. I am having a very slow start this morning. just don't getting into the things I should be getting into. My head is hurting and I'm really tired. I have the sniffles, so I wonder if it's just a second cold and that I'm getting these colds because my immune system isn't up yet. I think by eating my B12 vitamins and all the other vitamins I'm eating and trying to eat good food, I will beat this too, but I'm a little bit tired. But I did, as you saw, finish the gridding for the head, so that is awesome. Thinking about actually doing a couple of rows on my knitting. I'm starting to have all of these craft ideas again, you know. When you just sit around because you're a little bit tired, you have all of these ideas running around in your head, what you want to do. And I can tell you, if I would be able to produce everything from all the ideas I have, it would take me like 300-400 years or something. I wish I had more hours in the day, because I'm already crafting as many hours that is humanly possible. So I would need more hours in the day. I can't rearrange any more hours into my crafting. There's not enough hours. But yeah, so I'm gonna pick up my knitting, I think. I'm trying to find, well, I found a little knitting podcast, and it seems quite nice, and they are spinning on screen, and I'm like, I would like to try that. The thing is, I actually think my grandmother has a spinning wheel. So if I would want to start trying spinning on a wheel, all I really would need is to get the materials, the wool, so it wouldn't be that problematic. The only thing is that my kitty is totally crazy about wool. That could be a problem. I have on me my wool socks that I knitted a couple of years ago, and yesterday he spent a bunch of the evening trying to eat my foot. Today he just spent his time kind of cuddling to my feet. So yeah, wool and kitties. But I really love using wool, so we'll see. I will probably not start spinning. If I would start spinning, it won't be in like 6 months or so. I would like to try though. I think my grandmother has a spindle also, so I could try that. That wouldn't, if I would use like a spinning wheel, it's a big piece of wood, so I would have to kind of find a good place for it here in the apartment. I have been thinking, or we have been thinking about getting a couch, not a couch, smaller one, like a chair, a living room chair that would be good for my back, that I could put up here, so I could basically, one thing, maybe use stand for my frame when I cross stitch, but also get a better light and have it from the back, and you know, different things like that. It's an idea, but I have a lot of ideas, so usually I try to kind of chew on them for a couple of months, because then you kind of figure out if you want to do it or not. I have in the past been very, what's it called? I do things very quickly. I go from thought to doing a little too quickly usually, or did in the past. So I bought a lot of things that necessary isn't, it never ended up being what it was supposed to be. It just ended up being in boxes. Now, a couple of years later, I'm starting to kind of dig into those boxes and trying to find different ways of using those products so that I haven't wasted my money. But yeah, I have a tendency to shop a lot, kind of different products, and right now I'm at the place that I really need to keep a very good look at what money is coming in and what's going out, because it's being sick, you don't get at all as much money as you do when you're working. So yeah, it's a little bit tighter. The economy is a little bit tighter, but that also is a good thing for me, because then if I can reflect that I can live on this money that I'm living on right now, then I can actually live on it when I get better and when I work. So then I could put away a lot of money, and we can do fun things with them, doing bigger things, not just buying crafts, even though it's a really nice buying crafts. But well, I think I'm gonna do some knitting, and then I'm gonna do some other stuff, but we'll see. I'm so tired. So this is happening right now. Yeah, little baby sleeping with my arms. Yeah. So this day is a very, very slow day. I am really tired, not feeling up to do really anything. I just want to go back to bed and sleep. So there's a lot of kitty cuddling today. This is Leia's turn. Gizmo has been in my lap for a couple of times. They don't stay that long. They stay for a little while, and then they hear something and want to do something else, and they run away. But they're here. They're coming up a couple of times since I sat here, which is very wonderful. I am watching the In a Knit podcast on YouTube, and I'm knitting my socks, or Christopher's socks. Yeah, I so want socks. I need to buy new winter shoes, so I think I need to do a whole bunch of socks to my winter shoes, right? Yeah. And I need to do some more wrist warmers. Basically, one of the reasons why I took up the knitting and finishing off the knitting for Christopher socks is that I really need more wrist warmers. The pain in my fingers and my feet are intensifying with the cold. Didn't know that would happen. I wasn't as much in pain last year as I am now, so apparently the body is getting a little bit worse, but yeah, it will be good in the end. But right now it's probably because of one of the medication is, as I've not taken it anymore, the effects of it is wearing off, and the other medication, the effects of that medication hasn't really started working. And if I understood correctly, it takes it about the same amount of time to work as my last medication, so 2 to 3 months. But we'll see how life is. And while we're waiting, I have a very cute little kitty who's warming my hands right now. Yeah, look. Yeah. So as I said before, I have a lot of things I should be doing, but I have procrastinated. I have been knitting. Look, my sock has a heel. Yeah. I found this knitting pod, and the episodes are like an hour long, so I put it on and I'm like, yeah, I should go do that, but I do it when this is over. When it's over, I kind of started a new one, and then I do it when this is over. And an hour is a pretty long time to just sit down, so yeah. But I've gotten a sock knitted, and I was sitting here knitting, and Leia just lay herself beside me, and usually they don't mess with the yarn that I'm working with. They just mess with everything else. But I'm looking down, and she's like biting hard into the yarn ball. I'm like, no, don't pull that, don't. it didn't tear off. That's a good thing about sock yarn, as it has some acrylic or rayon or something like that in it, because it should be able to stand for you walking on it. It doesn't break that easy, so it's not off in any way, but yeah. But I'm gonna actually put down my knitting. We are going to have... Christopher had a test done today. He's working, but he's taking like certificates, and he had a test done today, so we are going to have sort of a after test party. So much party you can have on 3 people. Our neighbors coming down, and we're gonna watch Star Wars, eat good food. They're gonna drink beer. I'm gonna test some alcohol-free wine. I don't know if you know this about me, but I have been not drinking alcohol for the past about 3 years. It's 3 years on Christmas. Mainly because my body has stopped producing certain enzymes. I don't know why, and my doctors won't send me to the doctors that can take the test and stuff. So yeah, they get to do what they want. But that means I have to avoid a whole bunch of things, and this is also a part of my allergies. I'm allergic to eggs and pork and a whole bunch of other things, where those things actually are me not having the enzymes to break down the proteins of those products, so my tummy just get an uproar. When it comes to alcohol, you have an enzyme in your tummy that will start breaking the alcohol down, so you don't get that much of the alcohol in the blood. Then it goes to the blood, and then it goes to the liver and all that. But for me, I don't seem to have that enzyme anymore, so I don't break down the alcohol in my tummy, which means I get super drunk on practically nothing. There is alcohol-free beer. This is like 0.5% alcohol. I can't drink that. I get, after 1.5, I'm starting to get woozy. So I keep away from anything that has any kind of percentage of alcohol. And that means that I've been drinking a lot of soda. I did, for the past like 2 years or something, drink one called BEO, B-E-O, which is a malt drink, totally alcohol-free malt drink. And the one I favorite was, I think, grapefruit with it. And it's actually really good, because it was like a beer with a little of a grape taste. So it's not sweet, it's not a sweet beer, and at the same time it's not a beer, so it's something between sweet and a beer. Really good. Sadly enough, we discovered that malt is basically gluten, and my tummy didn't really like it. Drinking that, I actually had tummy aches afterwards, so I had to stop it. So I only had like sodas and stuff. And this summer we went to a wedding, and I got some alcohol-free wine instead, and it was so good. It was an Australian wine, and I couldn't find it now when we were at the alcohol store. In Sweden, we only have one place to buy alcohol. It's a separate Systembolaget, it's called. That is where you buy your wine and your beer and everything, if you don't get it from outside the country. And the place where we bought them had a very little. They did have an alcohol-free section, but it was very little. I think I've seen much bigger alcohol-free sections. So I think it was like 4, maybe 5 brands of wine that they had on those shelves. 2 of them were Australian, and as the wine I got on the wedding was Australian, I thought I'd try this. So it's 1 white and 1 red wine. Now I have to be careful with wine, because there is some acids in wine that can lead to migraine headaches. Doesn't mean that it will lead to mine, because it's very it differs from person to person, but one of the things that are shown to give migraine attacks is wine. But I didn't get a migraine attack from the wine on the wedding, so I thought I'll try this. We'll see. So I will have some wine tonight in a wine glass. Gonna feel adult for once, instead of just drinking soda. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try to get to the things I'm supposed to do, and then we'll see. So I've been talking about maybe making a second Christmas project in November and kitting that up. And I've been talking with people on Facebook, finding good hand-dyed fabrics for it. I wanted a glitter fabric and light blue, and the fabric that the pattern calls for is a Aida that is one colored but with glitter. But the even weave I've been looking on have only had like glitter, or you have to go and get a hand-dyed one. So I've been thinking about kitting that up, and then I realized today, as I've actually been only knitting today, that maybe I should not kit up another project. Maybe I should wait with that and see what's happening, because I have the Christmas sale that I'm starting the 1st of October, which is the first project I decided, and that is all kitted up and done. So I kind of figured that maybe I should try to get in more knitting in between, and then the Christmas sale that I already kitted up might actually get a little bit longer time in working. So probably won't buy that fabric. I did go and buy a ball of yarn though. Here's the thing, I haven't bought any hand-dyed yarn at all. Most yarns that I have is either for my amigurumis, which all are in acrylic because it crochets up better, especially for the creations I make, or it is opal yarns, that self-striping yarn. I have had a couple of balls of yarn that is single colored, and I know that I have a couple of cotton versions of opal supposed to be crocheted into a shawl. So I have those, but I don't have any kind of hand-dyed yarns before. So when I found this beautiful one, which is kind of a pistachio green with chocolate flecks in it, I just couldn't stop myself. So I kind of decided that maybe that is going to be my November project. A pair of socks in that fabric, or in that yarn. Maybe. Might actually do that. I think I might actually do that. So we'll see. But that also means that the things I've planned to buy is kind of pushed further in the future, which I'm actually pretty happy about, because right now I don't have a whole bunch of this is what I want. I am going to put an order in with So and So, because both I'm in a little swap, and I want to be able to give some things to that person, and I don't have that many materials at home, as I usually just kit up things when I buy the materials when I'm kitting up things. So I have to buy a few things for this person, but also I want the 9-inch frame, R&R frame, because I think that would be a better size for my head, as I do it in pages, and the pages are so much smaller. I think a 9 would be a better size than the 11. So might check into that. And then I'm gonna hide all the money away or something. No. I'm thinking about actually starting playing World of Warcraft again. Because it's fun and because I might actually have someone to play with. So I'm gonna look into that too. Well guys, it's time to head to bed. I actually got a few things done. Yeah, I did actually. Strange that. I have knitted a very long big part of the sock. I only have, I think, half of the shaft of the sock left, which also is pretty awesome. So then I have made a pair of socks in 3 days because I'm going to finish them tomorrow. I think that's a good thing, right? Still no cross stitching. I will probably get into some cross stitching tomorrow when I've gotten some things out of the way. I did start World of Warcraft. Yeah. Maybe shouldn't do that, but yeah. I kind of figured that they're having a new release, I think the 13th of November, sort of, somewhere around there. It's the fall of 2014 at least, so in a month or two they should be releasing something. And I thought I would kind of go in. They usually have quite a lot of fun things coming up to release. They're adding fun patches with a lot of fun things in them, extra cool things you can do. Yeah, so I thought I'd do that, and haven't been playing for a little bit over 6 months. I turned off my World of Warcraft, I think it actually was before Christmas last year, so almost a year that I haven't been playing. So I thought it could be fun to play again. And then I have my Sims 4 also, and then I have my cross stitches and my knitting. Yeah, I'm kind of bad that way. I do a lot of things at the same time, but yeah. But I'm gonna head to bed, and good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye.